Welcome to Kids Site 2, the webpage.
Announcements. Pete's got another one. Pete's got another one. He's got another time. Pete! He's right there.
Bryan! It's Tuesday!
Pete, you're talking the wrong way again.
Oh, it's Tuesday! Good morning, Internet! Well, welcome to Kids Site 2, the webpage. I'm Pete.
And of course, I'm Bryan.
It's Tech Trek Tuesday today, which means that at the end of the show, I'll be talking about some form of technology. I won't ruin the surprise.
Don't do it.
Before that, we will be singing a song.
Oh.
And before that, what do we have on Tuesdays?
Oh, we have a wonderful fact. Let's go right to our facts.
Okay.
My fact.
And it's about New York. And we live in Woodside, New York.
That's true.
And Woodside, New York is the geographical center of New York City.
And I was also told, we also said this back on, I think, episode 17, that I was told when I first moved to New York that New York City is the center of the universe. So technically, if New York is center of the universe and we are in the geographical center of New York, then we are in the center of the universe.
That's right.
Wow.
It's really hot here.
It is.
It's
also really cold. Now, the fun fact that we're going to tell you today about New York City that I will tell you about is that, now everybody knows that New York has a very elaborate subway system. There's a lot of trains going in a lot of different directions.
There's the A.
There's the C.
There's the B.
There's the D.
There's the E.
Yep, there's the F.
There's the G.
There's the J.
There's
the Z, the
L,
M, the L, the 1,
N,
2, 3, the 4, 5, 6, the 7,
Q,
the Q,
R,
W,
V,
N.
Lots of different
There's
ones.
a lot of trains. Now, all these trains put together, all right? If you took all of the train tracks and you attach them.
Of the subways. Just
all
the
subways. Just the subway trains.
You know what subway means?
It's a sandwich that some doctor started back in the
No. Subway means under. Sub.
Oh, yeah. Well,
subway,
the way it goes under.
And you know the opposite of the subway? Would be the L, which is the elevated rails.
Oh, really?
There used to be all elevated rails here.
Now, oh, that's right, and we have some elevated rails here. Now, New York City has 722 miles of train tracks, subway tracks. That says it right here. This must be true. I'm reading off a yellow piece of paper.
Yeah, it must be true. Yellow pieces of paper never lie.
Never lie.
722 miles
of track. If you put all of them together, 722 miles. That is pretty much from here to Florida.
Really?
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Well, that's pretty intense. Well, I have a crazy fact, but I already knew this one.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, it's a good thing you knew the fact.
New York City used to be the capital of the United States. And in fact...
It was called New Amsterdam.
Well, not back then, was it? No.
No, that was way back.
Yeah, that was
like 17.
No.
Hundreds.
But in the 1700s, it was the capital of the United States, and George Washington was inaugurated in downtown Manhattan. And it says so on that sheet of paper, so I tend to believe it was written in green marker on yellow sheets of paper.
I actually was there, so I know that took place.
Okay.
Well, let's sing a
camp song.
A camp song.
This is a repeat after me song.
This is a repeat after me song. That was pretty close, I know.
The littlest worm I ever saw was stuck inside my soda straw. The littlest worm I ever saw was stuck inside my soda straw. He said to me, don't take a sip. For if you do, I'll surely flip. He said to me, don't take a sip. For if you do, I'll surely flip. I sucked him up.
I sucked him up.
And he went down.
And he went down.
All through my pipes.
All through my pipes.
He must have drowned.
He must have drowned.
I sucked him up and he went down. And through my pipes he must have drowned. He was my pal.
He was my pal.
He was my friend.
He was my friend.
And now I
brought
him to his end.
Him to his end.
He was my pal, he was my friend, but now I brought him to his end. Why, hello, and welcome to Tech Truck Tuesday on KidSide 2,
the webpage.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Bryan.
And today I'm talking about electronic ink, otherwise known as e-ink.
E-ink?
Yes.
Now, is that like you take like a pen and you dunk it in and you get ink?
No. Okay. So
go on. We don't have much time.
No, we don't have a lot of time. So the history of like printing books and whatever is that for forever, you know, the Egyptians, I believe, started writing on paper with ink, right? Papyrus.
Hieroglyphics.
No. Yeah, maybe some hieroglyphics, but they would use ink, put it on old dry pieces of wood or bark, papyrus, and that was originally
maybe like
paper.
hide.
And that is what they wrote on, and that worked for thousands of years actually. And now we want to do the same thing, but we want to use electricity, because the only problem with a book is that once I buy a book, it doesn't really change, does it?
No, I think it pretty much stays the same.
Exactly. So what if I told you I can sell you a device that's about this big, about the size of a book, that is completely flat, and that reads just like a book, has all the words in it just like a book, but then when you're done with this page, you don't have to flip a page, you just hit a button and it will automatically refresh all the words on it.
Whoa.
Just like a book. It reads just like a book. It's good for your eyes. It's not like looking at a screen where you're absorbing a lot of light into those eyes.
Doesn't this use a lot of electricity?
Uses incredibly small amounts of electricity, and I'm going to tell you how to do that.
All right.
This is using something called e-ink, and it has been developed by various companies. I believe Xerox is one of the main manufacturers of electronic ink. And the way they do it, and the way they describe it, is that if you take a beach ball, right? Let's say that there is a completely clear beach ball, and that beach ball is filled with ping pong balls, right?
White ping pong balls?
White ping pong balls. And it's also filled
clear
with
beach ball. Ping pong balls.
That's right.
Halfway up?
It's filled, well, so you have these ping pong balls, and they are floating on top of this liquid that is in the beach ball. And this liquid is blue, right? So if you are looking at the top of the beach balls, looking straight down at the beach balls, what color do you see? You see white.
Baby blue?
No, you see white, because all those ping pong balls are floating on top, right?
That was a trick question.
Now, if you're looking up from the bottom, what color do you see?
Blue.
Blue, absolutely. So imagine this if you had thousands of beach balls that were filled like this, okay?
All right.
And that you put them on a electronic grid, okay? And that electronic grid, whenever you turned it on, all of the beach balls sunk to the bottom, which meant that it looked blue, right?
Oh.
And so that is how electronic ink works, is that you have millions of these tiny little orbs that are filled with tiny little particles.
Ping pong balls.
That are like that, yeah. And that those particles will sink to the bottom when there's an electronic charge, and they'll rise to the top when there is no electronic charge. And that is how they create the words and the ink on the paper. And it will stay that way until you hit the button and it changes the page, uses incredibly small amounts of electricity.
So now if I wanted to have my own electronic book, right? Do I have to type in everything?
No.
And then it transfers onto my book?
You could do that, but I can tell you right now is that a company like Amazon.com, which is the world's largest bookseller, it just released the Kindle 2. Kindle, which is their electronic book, the e-book using e-ink.
So now how much?
You can use a wireless network to buy any bestseller book that exists. They have thousands and thousands of books available, and you can download them there, and they're actually cheaper to buy it on there.
You can
store like up to 1,000 books in one Kindle at a time.
So if I just need one electronic book, and that's it.
And that could last your lifetime.
Every other book ever.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Right. It could last your lifetime.
All right, well.
That was it. That was our Tech Truck Tuesday. Now you can tell everyone about your beach balls and ping pong balls and blue liquid, and that is how Electronic Ink Works.
That's right. So you have yourself a great Tuesday,
and we will see you on
tomorrow.
Wacky Wednesday.
Wacky Wednesday. Crafty McCraft, craft day.